Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, guys, we're going to be doing the Total Drama World Tour version of this tier list. Like I said, I was working on it in my last video. I've already finished watching World Tour, and so I have the list same as last time, except I added a placeholder tier. It's not a tier, it's just so that I don't have people in the bad tier to wait or whatever, like I did last video, where I had to move them back down. But you'll see at the end, I'll just delete this placeholder thing at the end, so it's not a big deal. But anyways, this is self-explanatory. I do use the same tiers every time. Yeah, let's just get started. Tyler, I mean, if you know anything about me, this is obvious, which is why I have him first. He's out of this world, obviously, in my opinion, anyways. Um, Let me just say this. Do I think he's the best character? Like, in terms of storytelling, in terms of plot relevance, in terms of usefulness? No. Let's be honest, he's not. This is a biased pick from me. I'm gonna be honest. This is a biased pick, but that's because like I really love the character so much. Like, and like I said, he doesn't have plot relevance. He doesn't have, well, apart from near the end of his World Tour run with Gwen and Duncan. But outside of that, I mean, he didn't have anything going on. There's just something about the character that clicks to me, to be honest, which is why he's in that tier. Um, like I said, if most people, if they have him down here, down here, down here, down and whatever, then I'd be like, sure, I don't mind that, because this is just a me pick. Like, it's just me. There's nothing really. I don't know what the word you want me to say. There's nothing really. There's not really a reason outside of me really liking him that he's in that tier. And I know that doesn't make sense because every every character I like should be in that tier. Like, every character I love should be in that tier. But like I said, it's just a bias pick. Let me just say it's just a bias pick, and I think that's fine because this is my own list. So it is what it is. I mean, what do I like about Tyler? I mean, I like how he's sort of kind of the only nice person there after a while. I mean, Cody, Cody is kind of nice, but he's kind of weird at the same time. But Tyler really stands out as the good guy until he got eliminated, especially in the Gwen and Duncan scenario. I firmly believe that he was the only one right in that situation. That includes Gwen, Duncan, Cody, Sierra, Heather, Alejandro, everyone involved. I believe he was the only one that was right in that situation. And that also does make him stand out to me also. And then you have, like, in the beginning, I also sort of sympathize with the stuff he's going through, how he's like trying to get remembered and stuff. I do sympathize with that. And that is sort of quote unquote relatable. So that is why I have him in this tier. I could go on longer, but there's really no need for me to, because I probably talk about him enough anyways. Izzy, I mean, Izzy was fine in World Tour. I would say it's a step down again. Like, she took a step down from Island to Action, and now she took another step down from Action to World Tour, in my opinion. But even then, I'm not gonna say she was bad. Izzy's never bad. Like, let's just be, she's never bad. So I'm gonna put her in the good tier. She was fine. Um, like I said, like I said in the action video, just the same stuff over, just a gag. And like, you know who Izzy is. She just did the same stuff in World Tour, just to a lesser extent because she didn't get that much screen time this season. Like, she barely got any screen time this season at all. So it is what it is. Harold, I'm gonna put him one above Izzy. He was there for only 2 episodes, but I think he did well in those I think it was 2 episodes. Maybe it was three. I think, yeah, it was three. He did good in those 3 episodes though, and I really did like the stuff they did with Alejandro and Harold this season, where Alejandro sort of manipulates Harold. I really did enjoy that because like it shows like that was a perfect Harold, like a perfect guy for Alejandro to get out, considering how smart he was in action. Like, that getting Harold out was the perfect first step for Alejandro. So I really did enjoy that part, even if I'm not the biggest fan of Alejandro early on. But even then, it's just like Harold. There's not much to say other than that. So still good, just nothing. Not just nothing above that. I can't justify putting him above the good tier. Um, I'm gonna save Noah for later. I'll do Lindsay right now. This may be surprising to some of y'all, but I'm gonna put Lindsay in the great tier. She's not close to amazing, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I really like I said this last video, but when you realize Lindsay and Tyler were on a break, between action and World Tour. It makes Lindsay's World Tour run, quote unquote, so much more like better because she's not cheating on him, and that just makes it like more not reasonable, but like more calming, I guess. I don't know because and and like you could just put like oh thank God she's not cheating, that type of thing, and you put that aside and just enjoy the storyline for what it is. And I did do that on my latest rewatch, and I really did enjoy Lindsay and Tyler this season. Lindsay was pretty much only there for Tyler this season, and obviously the team victory stuff. But it was mostly for her and Tyler, which I really did enjoy because I'm cool with Lindsay taking a back seat in this season. There's no reason that she should have went far, and I see some people say my fault. She should have went further. There's no way she should have went further. It was about him this season, not her. Lindsay had 2 seasons. This was Tyler's season, in my opinion. Was I'm pretty sure that's most people's opinion, anyways. So I do feel like Lindsay needed to take a backseat so Tyler could grow, and I think they did that well. So that's the best thing I can say about Lindsay this season, even if her forgetting Tyler was sort of a weird storyline, but it's not as bad as I remembered because once, like I said, you see it in a different light when you realize she's not cheating on him. So, but still, she's not the perfect girlfriend or anything. Sierra, I'm gonna save you for later too. Let me just get Noah out of the way, actually. Noah's also obviously out of this world. I mean, Noah in World Tour is hilarious. Everyone knows this by now. Everyone knows how good Noah is in World Tour. Just humor after, like, one liner after one liner after one liner after one liner after one. It's so good. It's so good. So, I mean, what more is there to say about these two that haven't already been said in World Tour? I mean, the fandom, if you're in, like, the Reddit or, like, sometimes on Twitter, you will see these two be talked about nonstop in World Tour. So I mean, there's not much to say, but I do think, like I said in the other 2 videos, I will do my whole season review at the end. But I will say that I do wish Noah went further. So that's like sort of the one thing that holds him back from getting like top 3 or like top 2 or even top 1 is that he didn't last long enough. I know Tyler only lasted like a few more episodes, but those few episodes were very important to his character in general. You can't even really deny that, even if you're not the biggest fan of Tyler. So I do wish Noah got at least a few more episodes, and like I wish he got a more stuff to do with Alejandro, but even then, he's still out of this world. Speaking of Alejandro, let's get this out of the way. Obviously, out of this world here. Um, I will say I did not like him in the beginning with the Bridget stuff and the Lashana stuff. I was not the biggest fan of that. There was no reason. I mean, there was a reason, but still, there is. I would have done it differently. The stuff with Bridget and Lashana, especially Bridget, that was so bad. I'll talk about more about that when I get to Bridget. But later on, Alejandro did get better, like near the mid game, when he started like specifically when Lindsay. I would say when Lindsay got out, that's when he got better. Um, and the DJ stuff was like the DJ stuff was really when he started to get going for me personally, and like he moved away from like flirting, and so I only care for the flirting, and I do get why they did that, but like at the same time, I really wish they didn't sacrifice Bridget's character for that. And let's just get Bridget out of the way. She's awful this season, not good. Like, and I really like Bridget's only known as the cheater anymore, and it sucks because I did like Bridget in Island, not so much in action, but even if it was only in action, you could still argue that she's like a great character or whatever because of what she did in Island. But with War Tour, you cannot. I mean, it's so ridiculous what they did to her, and I do get why they did it. They want to make Alejandra look so good, but at the same time, you could have done it differently. You did not need to make Bridget cheat on Jeff and ruin her character. And yes, I say ruin her character because that's all people talk about her anymore. Is that how she cheated on Jeff? That's all I hear about. And I barely even hear her island run mentioned anymore. It's all about her World Tour run, which is really disappointing to me personally. And it's just, I don't know. It's really just a fucked up writing decision. And I don't know how they would have done it to make Bridget look better, but I don't just don't have Bridget cheat on Jeff this season, and it's so much better. And you just sort of just ruin what Bridget's character was to me personally, anyways. Because I don't know, she should to me she was always like the nice and chill one, but even in like action they sort of ruined that. And I do get they want probably they probably want to add more to her personality, but it's like do it in a different way, or just don't even put her in World Tour. It's simple as that. Either don't do the cheating shit or don't put her in World Tour. Those are like your only two options because I don't. I'm sure nobody, apart from like the most hardcore Alejandro fans, like the Bridget stuff from World Tour. So it is what it is. To get back to Alejandro for a second, because I did forget to talk about Heather. The Heather stuff was really good, and the so was the stuff with like Tyler and I don't want to say Duncan. I'll get to Duncan later, but Alejandro's interactions were good. I just think that in the beginning they could have been better. So, Owen, better than action. I'll give him that. But still, I mean, Owen is in the top of good tier for me. And the only reason why he's not in great is because I do think he lasted a little bit too long. And I do think most of his humor does rely on Noah this season, which is not a bad thing, but it's just when Noah left, he wasn't really the same. So yeah, I mean, the only reason stopping him from being great is like I said, he lasted too long. He should have been eliminated where Noah was at, in my opinion, personally, and then he might have been great tier. But I mean, if he hadn't been great tier, even like amazing, I would understand. But I mean, outside of Noah, there was nothing really noteworthy that no that Owen did apart from that one episode. I think was Sweet and Sour, or the one with the song that we built Gwen's face in. I believe that's Sweet and Sour. um, where Alejandro and Duncan fought over him. I didn't really care for that. I just found that boring. So it's whatever. Owen is in great, I mean, not great tier, but good tier. So it is what it is. Ezekiel. Okay, so this is gonna be a little weird ranking because I'm not really gonna take into account his Golem stuff or the what's the word for it? The furrow stuff. So I'm gonna put him in decent. Realistically, he's probably in here or like even here based on how the writers treated him. But like, I don't really see Furrow Ezekiel as Ezekiel, if that makes sense. I can't put those two together in my head, and I don't know why, but I just can't really see them as the same character. You know what? There's a here. If this is what I'll separate the two. I'm gonna put Ezekiel here if you're behind Bridget so far. So I mean, Ezekiel without before turning into Furrow, he was funny as hell in his first two episodes, I believe it was, and then he got out, which was a shame. But in those two episodes, he was funny as hell, so that's why he's decent. And then you have Ezekiel Furrow, obviously awful. I've seen the creators say they regret making that choice and they should be. That choice is fucking awful. And I really wish somewhere down the line we do get an Ezekiel moment where like we can see he turned human or something like in a cameo or whatever it may be. I just really want to see this dude like live normally because it's fucked up what the writers did to him for some shitty joke that barely anyone likes. So there you go. Actually, I'm gonna move Ezekiel up here since I'm not counting the Gollum stuff. So there you go. Who's next? Heather. I mean, this is obvious. Heather's obviously up here. I'm gonna put her above Alejandro. What makes Heather better than Alejandro? I think simply the interactions Heather had made her better than Alejandro. Plus her storyline in general. Alejandro started slow for me. Heather started off kicking. I do believe Heather's interactions were more fleshed out. Alejandro had potential, but like his stuff with Noah and Tyler got cut early. So I do think that sort of suffered, like knocked him down a little bit in interaction wise. Well, Heather, her interactions with Gwen, Courtney, who else? There was Alejandro, of course. Sierra, even Sierra, like she made Sierra good somehow. Um, DJ, they are all fleshed out to the perfect point, while Alejandro's didn't really get the chance to flesh out. So I think that's a big reason on why Heather is above Alejandro here. But another reason is that she had a three-season storyline, and Alejandro couldn't really compete with that. So that's why Heather's above Alejandro. And what I said about Alejandro sort of applies to Heather too. Her, Heather's three-season storyline came to an end this season, and I do believe it was the absolute right choice, and honestly a gutsy choice to have Heather win. And I do think, looking back, I'm sure they know they made the right choice with having Heather win World Tour. So really good choice. Um, yeah, I mean, what's more to what's more to say about Heather and World Tour that hasn't already been said? Amazing season for her. So yeah. Lashana, not that good this season, sadly. I'm gonna put her in the bottom of decent. I mean, she's not dreadful, but at the same time, it's just meh. I don't really care about Lashana this season. The stuff with Heather was kind of dumb considering they should have been friends last season, but whatever. I don't care. Just like Lashana was nothing this season. Moving on. Sierra did not care for Sierra this season. I will say she is worse or better than Gollum Ezekiel. Who the fuck knows? I'm gonna put Ezekiel worse, but Sierra, I mean, I don't care for. This is simple. I'm going to say a few things. I'm not even going to make this long. I do not care for Sierra's character, and I do not care for what she does to Cody. I do not find her funny. I find her weird. If you find her funny, that's fine. So that's pretty much all I have to say. Those few words simplify everything I think about Sierra. There you go. Blaney, um, I put Blaney in the good tier behind Owen. She was only in there for a little bit, but the time she was in there was very funny. That's pretty much all I have to say. She was a funny character, which is why she gets good. There you go. Simple enough. Um, DJ gets decent tier. I didn't really care about his storyline in World Tour at all. He like I'm not gonna say he was bad like some others say, but I just didn't really care when he was on screen. I was mostly focused on Lindsay and to some degree Lashana. So like I said, I really did not care for DJ. Um, the animal curse stuff was kind of goofy because it's implied that Alejandro like made him think he had a curse, but then like he had a curse before Alejandro ever even talked to him. So that doesn't really make sense. So I don't know if they were implying that the curse was real or not. Not that it even matters, to be honest. But at the same time, I just wish they did something a little bit better with DJ and World Tour, considering they had him last a little while. So, but it is what it is. Cody, some of y'all gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna have Cody there. I don't really, I don't really click with Cody. I do not, yeah, I don't click with Cody. He's great. Don't get me wrong, because of the end stuff with Alejandro and Heather. That's the sole reason why he's in great, is the stuff with Alejandro and Heather. But before that, he really didn't do all that much. And I know Cody fans are probably tired of hearing the same thing. But like, what did he really do outside of Sierra, who I already don't like? So, I mean, like, if you have been amazing or leaving like out of this world because of the stuff with Alejandro and Heather, I would understand. But outside of that, what did he do? Nothing. And I know I have Noah and Tyler in there in the top tier, and they didn't really do all that much. But the difference is, I think every time Tyler and Noah were on screen, they were much more entertaining than what Cody was doing. Because Cody was on the receiving end of the jokes, Tyler and Noah were the one making the jokes. So, I mean, and plus, like, they were trying to do the storyline with Sierra, with Cody, and while Noah was doing off one-liners and Tyler was doing his stuff with Alejandro, which I believe Tyler with Alejandro was more interesting than Cody did all season, apart from maybe Alejandro and Heather. So, I mean, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, that's the reason why Cody's up there and down there, and why and Noah are up there because they're just different. They're different. I mean, I think they're just better. But moving away from Tyler and Noah, just Cody in general, I do think they should have done a lot more and played more into his underdog role before like the last like 2 episodes. They should have done that way more and played into that way earlier. But it's fine. He's fine. I mean, the stuff with Sierra, I do wish he got more time to himself outside of Sierra, but it is what it is. I guess I don't know. Gwen. I'm gonna say Courtney. Who should I say for? I'm gonna save Duncan for last. Here, get your ass back there. Um, Gwen, bad this season. Yes, I'm on Courtney's side, believe it or not, in the love triangle storyline. Which is why I sort of sympathize with Tyler too, because like I said, he was like the only one who had the fucking realization to side with Courtney other like outside of his like own motivations in the game. So, but moving on, I don't want to keep talking about Tyler. But with Gwen, it's just oh my god, what a big fall off from Island. Like even Action was not this bad. What a big fall off. Like this is just really sad to watch. It was like I was like actually actively disappointed in Gwen in watching. Like, why would she? Why would she do that? Why would she like willingly? She I don't want to say cheat because she was not the one cheating. Duncan was the one cheating. But why would she go and like do an affair with Duncan? That doesn't make sense to me. That's not her character. It's just not. And then the worst part of it all was that she thought she was in the right. How did she think she was in the right? They were not broken up at all. And when I'm just when an island would have never done that. Never. So it's just like why is so why is she doing it now? And like I understand if Gwen had growth and they made her do different things in Island, I would understand that because a character of Gwen's caliber should be growing. But she's regressing. That's not growing, it's regressing. So it's just why is she here? Like why is she here? So it is what it is. It is what it is with Gwen. I mean, her elimination and the way she told Courtney to suck it, even though she was leaving, it's so fucking embarrassing. Like she left with no dignity. It's just really sad. To see what they did with Gwen this season, just awful. And I'm pretty sure the rumor is that, Cartoon Network or something like or like Teletoon, one of them told they needed to do Duncan and Gwen. They should have done that way better. And I'm obviously not the biggest fan of Gwen and Duncan, but I do think it could have been a lot better than what it is in canon. So, um, what a waste of Gwen this season. What a waste. Really, really just embarrassing writing here, in my opinion, anyways. Not good. Wish she did a lot better. Now we have Courtney. Decent. She's not great this season, but she is a lot better than Gwen. Um, so I mean, with Courtney, the love triangle stuff was dumb. She did nothing for like the first half of the season, and then when Duncan came back, she was just obsessed with him. That's pretty much it, which is why she's in the decent tier. And the only reason she's ahead of I mean not Duncan, but ahead of Lashana and DJ is because the stuff with Alejandro and someone with Tyler were entertaining in the X Files, and then after that, her stuff with Alejandro was entertaining. Let me just say that. That's the only reason why she's in the decent tier. If she wasn't, she would probably be in the dislike tier. But it is what it is. That's pretty much all I have to say about Courtney. I'm not going to talk about her any further. Duncan. So this motherfucker is not amazing. He's not out of this world. He's not great. He's not good. He's decent. Um, he's behind. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna put DJ above Lashana. Um, I'm gonna put him behind Lashana. There was no reason for him to come back this season, in my opinion. He should have came if they wanted to do the love triangle stuff so bad. They should have had him come back in a cameo, bro. Just put him in like an intern role or something. He did not even come back into the game for the stuff to happen. There was no reason for that. And I was at this point, I was so tired of seeing Duncan again. He was in every check it. This is a real fact. He was in every single action and island episode. Every single one. He didn't have a speaking role in some, but he was in every single episode. And at this point, I was really tired of it. And I like Duncan. I'm not a Duncan hater. I put Duncan in like out of this world in like amazing tiers in my last two videos. I'm obviously not a Duncan hater. But I'm fucking so tired of watching him this season. It was not good. I mean, I get it. They wanted to stir up drama with Gwen and Courtney. But there's other ways. Have him be a cameo, like I said. Have him be an intern. Have him be a co-host. I don't fucking know. I don't care. Just have him do something that's not involved in the game. Because he took out Tyler and Noah for no fucking reason. There is no possible explanation you could give me that Tyler and Noah should have went not further but like behind Duncan in this season. There's no fucking reason you can give me. So And like if you like, and I said if you want to give me the reason that Duncan caused drama and he was needed for the drama, then have him be an intern. That's it. Have Chris be like, Duncan, you need to fucking play out your contract, Duncan. And then Duncan's like, oh my god, whatever. And then Chris like, oh, you're not gonna have another chance at the million. You're gonna be an intern. That's it. That's all you need to fucking do if you want Duncan in so bad. Have him be an intern. It's that fucking easy. So, but outside of that, the stuff with Alejandro was annoying to me. I didn't really care for that at all. Um, the stuff with Tyler was so fucking stupid. That was so dumb. Not to mention that he got saved twice in a row, which is just bullshit because they wanted a reason to keep Duncan in there. And even though it would make complete sense for Tyler, Noah, Owen, and Alejandro to bolt his ass off. Well, not Owen, but like Tyler, Noah, and Alejandro to bolt Duncan off. Duncan was not needed this season, not at all. So that's my thoughts on Duncan. That's my list here for Out of This World, which is the most of any season so far. But no amazing, only two great, good, decent, and bad. Let me delete the placeholder now. Am I missing anyone? I am not missing anyone. I'm not going to count the Aftermath, so Jeff's not going to be in there. But I will say Jeff in the Aftermath was a lot better this season than it was last season. So there you go. So my overall thoughts of the season: one, Tyler Noah should have gotten further. I don't know how much further, but at least to the merge. Um, Alejandro and Heather really carried once Tyler and Noah left, and their storyline was like the glue of the season. Without Heather and Alejandro, this season is probably ass. Um, what else is there? Cody should have had a lot more to do. Um, Noah, Owen and Duncan should have went sooner. The love triangle shit was garbage. That was an awful watch. DJ should have done something a little different. Bridget, please save her character. Don't have him cheat on Alejandro. That's pretty much like my pinpoints. Oh, and Ezekiel, they screwed up. Just have Ezekiel go first. No, there's no need for the fucking bullshit. There's no need. Sierra also. I mean, I can't really say change Sierra because the things I don't like about Sierra is her entire character. So whatever. You can't like all the characters. So it is what it is. World Tour overall, I gave Action like an 8.8 or like a 7.5. I would probably give World Tour like an 8.5 or like an 8.8 or something like that. I wouldn't give it a 9, but I would give it like an 8.5. It is above Action, but at the same time, I don't think it comes anywhere close to what Island does. Because like I said, Alejandro and Heather are the glues of the season. Tyler and Noah should have been a part of that glue, but they just weren't. So, um, I will say once again, just like with Action, this season did not capture the vibe Island had. But like I said in the Action video, no season will ever do that. But I think World Tour came the closest to capturing that Island feel, so it does get credit for that from me. Um, what else is there that I haven't already mentioned? Um, I think that's it. I think I said Heather was the best winner. Oh, let me say this: Heather and Alejandro was the best finale in the entire series by far. I think. So far we've had Owen and Gwen, which is not amazing, not bad, but not amazing either in my opinion. Then we had Duncan and Beth, which is one of the worst finales we ever had. So Heather and Alejandro's big step up. But yeah, I said my thoughts. I'll do it my way. Hopefully, maybe we'll see. But yeah, see you all next video. Peace out. I'll see you all for Revenge of the Island.